We start tonight's episode with a celebration of laughter. On November 3rd, Bruins president Cam Neely will host his 24th annual Comics Come Home event. Denis Leary, as always, will be there. Jim Brewer, Pete Correale are the headliners as the fight against cancer continues.
Comedy's always been therapeutic, you know, going through tough times with family members, whether they have cancer like I did with my parents or they're ill in some other way. I mean, to be able to laugh, even if it's just for a couple hours, and take your mind off things, I think it's very therapeutic. And that's what I think about a lot of people that are in the stands. You know, life isn't always rosy, and there's always some form of illness within some family at some point, and to be able to come and as Dennis says, laugh your balls off for a couple hours, it's a good thing.
You touched on the fact that it continues to grow. You've got 2 new headliners this year, and that's further testament to the fact that I think people probably see video of the event, and I would guess a certain part of them kind of knocking down the door saying, how do I get to be a part of that?
Well, it's funny, you know, the first couple of years, Dennis would have to call and ask comedians, will you come and do the show? No, it's not paid. It's a good time. It's a great cause. And, you know, he'd have to reach out. And after about 3 or 4 years, Dennis said, comedians started calling him, can I do the show? Can I do the show? So now, obviously, it's at the Garden when you got 11 or 12,000 people coming in. That's a big deal for a lot of these comedians. And, you know, I do want to say I certainly appreciate, because they give their time, and it makes a big difference for how much we can raise.
Well, you've done a lot even in the last year. Shortly after last year's fundraiser, we were back at Tufts. We saw you open up that new center. Give us an update as to where that stands. And apparently the money from this event is going towards the next venture.
The support's been fantastic. So for us, our mission's always been to provide comfort, support, and hope for cancer patients and families, and try to get the money working right away. Obviously, research is a big deal, and it's needed. But I've felt over the years that cancer patients and families, more could be done for them today, and that's what we try to do. The gastrointestinal suite is going great. The second phase of that's going to be happening, where the operating suites are going to get a nice renovation. And then we got a new project coming that I think is going to be very exciting. It's going to be a while because it's a big raise, but we're excited that we're able to be in this position to help people.
It's impressive. Congratulations on all you've done in that regard. I want to talk a little hockey with you, obviously. Yeah. I remember last year this time, I would label you as cautiously optimistic. That's what you were then. I think you had some faith in your team that it could be good. It hadn't really proven itself yet. And my analysis is that the team probably played better than most expected. Is that fair? Did you expect them to play as well as they played last season?
I didn't. I mean, especially the run that we went on, and you know, we almost won the conference. So I knew that we were going to be a playoff team. I anticipated us being a playoff team, but you know, I just think the way that our players came together, the younger guys, those are the question marks. You knew what the Marchands, the Bergeron, the Pasternaks were going to do, the Chars. It's the younger players you really have questions on. And we're facing that again a little bit this year. We hope some of these guys will step up, and the younger players that played last year are going to improve. But, you know, expectations, we're not going to sneak up on anybody, and we didn't sneak up on teams at the end of last year, but we're so well coached. You know, we got a great group of players that love to play for each other, a very close group of guys, and I'm excited about the year, as I am every year. But last year, I would agree, I was cautiously optimistic. This year, it's, you know, our division's tough, so we have to be prepared for that.
You set it up. I want to talk about the division. When you see what's transpired during the offseason, no one's standing pat, no one's sitting still. There are some surprises. You know, Ottawa and what they did, you know, kind of stunned some people. But generally speaking, how do you assess your division and how things have shaken out in the last couple of months?
There's no easy game, regardless of where a team sits in the standings. I mean, right now, none of us have lost a game, so you know, we'll see where that goes once the puck drops on opening night. But you know, everybody talks about Toronto, Tampa, ourselves, and you know, Florida's coming. I mean, that's a good young team there, so we can't expect that we're just going to automatically be in the top 3 and get a playoff spot. I mean, we're going to have to fight for everything, as the other teams in our division are. I mean, nobody likes to lose. It doesn't matter what their roster looks like. We have to be prepared to play our game. I mean, we can't look at other teams' roster, whether it's our division or across the league, and think, well, we can just strap on the skates and we're going to get 2 points. It just doesn't work that way anymore.
Here's what you need to know about the event. Comics Come Home, November 3rd at TD Garden. Denis Leary will host. The money benefits the Cam Neely Foundation for Cancer Care. You can get your tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. A fun night of laughs guaranteed with that crew.